All right, guys. It's Fallout Season 2, Episode 5. I'm getting to this video way too late, but who cares? Let's get into it. So, we definitely get our biggest progression of the Lucy and Ghoul subplot thing. We learned that the Ghoul was intending on betraying Lucy all along, and his betrayal is what finally brings her to, really start becoming black-pilled, I guess. Because, well, actually, that's kind of a question, right? She ends up punching him through that window, and he gets on getting, staked or whatever. He gets stabbed by the pole. Did she intend on killing him? Or was in her mind, was she kind of just going he'll survive, he's a ghoul? I'm not entirely sure, so I am going to be curious to see if the show establishes whether or not Lucy has officially been pushed over the edge, or if she was just trying to pacify him so that she could escape. I'm actually not sure exactly what the truth of that is. But overall, it was definitely a good thing for this plot line, because I do feel like the Lucy and Ghoul dynamic, while entertaining, it's been the least interesting plot point of this season. We also see the Ghoul and Mr. House having a little spat, because the Ghoul decides that he doesn't actually want to kill Mr. House. He rejects that proposal from the rebellion lady, and they get into this interesting conversation where Mr. House reveals that neither the board members that, his wife is a part of, nor him are the people who drop the bombs, or at least he says that he doesn't think it's going to be any one of them, which I think is giving us, the audience, information that it wasn't either one of them. So, well, and then they obviously start teasing a third party that might actually be responsible for the bombs dropping. So that's going to be interesting to see who that would be, because if it's not, the group of people that his wife was a part of, I want to say that Lucy's dad was also a part of that group. Who else would it be? Unless I'm just missing something, or if they're going to introduce a new character, I'm not really sure. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to pay attention to in future episodes. We also see our vault dwellers, led by Rico from Hannah Montana, coming across this lady that was in season 1. I guess she also has a partner here. Is Fallout going woke? We have a lesbian couple, and they're also an interracial couple. Guys, Fallout has gone woke, which means it's gonna go broke, guys. But yeah, no, this was a really fun interaction. I actually really like the lady from season 1. They're like these crazy, batty old ladies that are also kind of wise, and I like the way that they talk to the vault dwellers and call them dumbasses. But yeah, this was a really fun moment where you finally see what I kind of predicted at the end of the last episode, where I figured that Rico would probably get found out, which he did, and that other guy chokes him out. But we also find out that not all of these vault dwellers that were in the cryo chambers are super knowledgeable about their situation. Like the lady that it kind of seems like Rico from Hannah Montana is romancing, maybe, potentially, I don't know. It seems like she literally started working there a week before she entered the cryo chamber. So obviously he gets choked out because that other guy is a lot more knowledgeable and a lot more malicious. But my assumption is that Rico from Hannah Montana is gonna be able to convince enough of the vault dwellers so that they can start a mutiny. And I think he's gonna end up being the de facto leader of this little faction by the time this is all over. I will say, though, I assume we're a little bit over the halfway point at this point. I would assume that there are 8 episodes. Could I fact check this? I could. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, so there are 8 episodes, and now that we're over halfway through the season, I do think that the weekly episodic releases are hurting the show. I'm into the story, I'm into the plot, don't get me wrong. Like I mentioned, episode 4, especially when all the stuff with the Brotherhood of Steel started going out, that was super intriguing. But I do think that having to wait in between each episode, it's just not a satisfying experience. Because there are some shows where each episode is like this really meaty thing and this really meaty story that you feel satisfied with by the end of it all, and you still can't wait for next week, but you still feel satisfied. What I'm finding with Fallout Season 2 is that I'm into all of the storylines, but I think if I was able to binge it, it would be a lot more satisfying, because it feels like all of the storylines are progressing, but I don't feel like I'm getting like really meaty chunks of storytelling within each subplot, each episode. And yeah, I mean, the first season, I believe they released all the episodes at once. And from a business perspective, I obviously understand why you want to do weekly episodes, because it keeps people talking about your show week to week. And I totally get it from that perspective. But just from a creative perspective and an audience perspective, I think the first season's release strategy worked better for my enjoyment of the show. But regardless, who cares about my opinion? You certainly don't. What's the point of even uploading my thoughts to YouTube? None whatsoever. But you know what does matter? Your thoughts, okay? So leave your comments in the comment section down below. I don't even know how I'm ending this video. Who cares? Bye.